Today, I'm going to show you how to drop the Toyota 4Runner front bumper. Follow along. Yes, there are thousands of YouTube videos that show you how to drop your front bumper, but I'm going to take you through it in case someone here has no idea what to do. First, you're going to lift your hood latch, because there's a couple of pieces that need to be removed from under the hood. Hood open, we're going to take off these clips here and remove this plastic radiator cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It might be 13, I might have missed one. How do you take them off? Well, they're literally buttons. You just press them and they will pop out. It helps to have a new engine to do this on, because I'm not dealing with the oil and grime and mud and junk from months or years of debris. And now that they're loose, it's literally just getting underneath and pulling them out. If you have nails, great. I don't, but that's how you take out these little pegs. So yes, counted right, there are 13 pegs, and now this cover literally comes off. And this is your radiator cover. I'm actually going to put this somewhere else where it doesn't slide because it's still so new. Next step is to get under the front tires. Driver, passenger both have the same setup. 1, 2, 3 bolts that need to be removed. So these are 10mm bolts that you would remove, and then would move to underneath the vehicle. So 10mm. And from underneath the vehicle, this is the passenger side. There's 1 bolt, 2, and there's 3 and 4. And those are all 10mm. We'll take those out as well. I misspoke. So there's another one way over there. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So far we moved this total of 10 bolts, 3 on the passenger side, 6 underneath, and 3 on the driver's side, with the 13 clips for the radiator cover. At this point, the bumper should be loose enough that we should be able to start the removal. But there are a couple more clips in here that need to be removed as well. So there's 4 of those, which would require a removal tool or a flathead screwdriver. And so here's the difference. These are what the big plastic clips look like, and these are what the smaller push button ones look like that hold down the radiator cover. So it's good to keep them separated so you don't accidentally put the wrong one where they don't belong. This 10mm bolt will be the last piece to remove. That's the last piece holding the bumper here. But the next step is to actually release the bumper from the vehicle. So it's basically snapped into place. You have to just unsnap it there. It's a big plastic piece, and it will basically loosen as you work your way around, and I will show you what that looks like. I just need both hands. Alright guys, so this is a 2022 4Runner, and let me just tell you that these fog lights on the back driver's side is an additional harness that needs to come loose because of the LED versus the halogen. There was also 2 more clips to be removed here. 10mm bolt is removed, so essentially with the fog lights on the passenger side and the 2 harnesses on the driver's side disconnected, the bumper is now ready to be removed. Alright guys, let me just show you what it takes for the 2022, okay? Keeping in mind, it does come with this sensor there that's new. So because of that, you can't just watch YouTube videos on the old bumpers This is a harness that is hooked up behind to the sensor back there. This needs to be taken out. And there's another part hooked up here that have these two push buttons there. They need to be pressed and removed from this bracket right behind the front bumper area. So you will have to take out this part here again, which is located here, and the other piece there. Okay, so from the passenger side, this is a new feature that needs to be removed as well. So this is a harness. As you can see, behind the passenger side, there's two different harnesses that need to be taken out. So this one here literally has to be unclipped to remove it from the body, and you won't be able to take out the front bumper without doing that. This is the new LED housing, and then of course the regular harness there. So the passenger side, this is the driver's side. Okay, you'll have these two, as well as the harnesses at the top that I showed you for the sensor. I'm going to show you the passenger side real quick. Now your passenger side, fog light is under here, but it has this housing, and it's just the harness. So it literally is a push button here and pull out. Guys, this is a journey, like we said. So because of this sensor, you also have to unscrew it. So it's causing a lot more, not problems, just situations that need to be tended with. So you have, looks like 4 screws that need to be removed so that your front bumper can be detached from this bracket that's holding it to the vehicle. We'll see. All right, guys, so bumper is finally off. Here we have it. Thanks to my dad and his help. Appreciate it. This is what we had to contend with from the bottom of the vehicle without knowing any better. This is your new LED fog light assembly, and this is your harness. So it's just push here and pull out of here. This is where it's located. You're literally pushing that button, pulling it out. This is the one that will need to be unhooked. So as you can see, there's a tab here that will need to be popped out. This is another thing. The sensor needs to be unhooked with the harness there. And like I mentioned, the other part is connected to the inside. There's also 4 screws that I will show you where they're located that need to be removed, as well as these plastic tabs. And if you see at the top, there's a little lip there that needs to be pressed, and that will loosen it from the bracket on the inside. And then moving to the passenger side, again, it's just the one harness that's hooked up to the fog light. Now let me show you. This is the bracket that is preventing your bumper, chances are right now, from coming out, because there's 4 screws that need to be taken out. And this is the harness that I showed you that is basically mounted in 2 places. This is hooked up to your sensor, and then this is actually hooked up in here to the bracket like that, like so. Or I'm sorry, there. It's hooked up like that. So this needs to be also pinched and pulled back. So that gives you an idea of some of the additional steps. And this is the harness that was preventing the fog light from coming out. Now this part here, we just took it out, but it's mounted in that hole. You don't need to take it out, but it just made it a little easier to maneuver it. So you might want to consider just popping this part out from the back, pushing it out, and then you'll be able to move it around. And you'll just have to, this is a lock, so it's locked down like this. When you have it, you need to just pop this lock up and then unclip it there. So success, finally the front bumper is removed. Yeah.